2025 marks the second full season of having Widescapes out there and available in consumers' hands. And to kind of highlight just how incredible this vehicle is and how far the riders have progressed and how far the riding has progressed in general, Widescape decided to run a contest called the Great Wide-Open Sweepstakes.
We decided to run the Great Wide-Open Sweepstake alongside Snowtrax, and obviously we were very keen and eager to work with them. They've been around since the beginning. They did one of the earlier reviews of the Widescape.
The winner of the Great Wide-Open Sweepstakes gets an all-expenses-paid trip to Saguenay, Quebec, which is home of Widescape. Then they'll spend a whole day riding with the crew from Widescape on Mont Valin, which is known for incredible deep snow, and they get to hang out with us from Snowtrax, which I guess is pretty cool too.
You know, when the idea came about to do the sweepstake and give away this experience to come ride the Widescape with Snowtrax alongside Luke and with the Widescape crew, it made total sense to have a Widescape owner come out and ride with us, and for him to see where it was born, but for also us to showcase owners, like riders that have been riding it for the past couple months, and to showcase just how good it is.
After receiving hundreds of entries, the guys at Widescape finally selected the winner, Jeremy Knight. Jeremy is a highly accomplished Widescape rider, and quite honestly, one of the best I've ever seen.
I entered the sweepstakes. I'd posted a few videos on Facebook and joined the Widescape owners group, and I'm not a social media guy, but I wanted to be a part of these groups and see what guys were doing and some of the feedback and stuff like that, and so I got involved there. And I saw the sweepstakes and I was like, this is a great opportunity to come and really at the birthplace of the Widescape, come and ride with these guys and just legitimize all of it. I entered and Sebastian gave me the call. Any opportunity I have to do a trip like this with my boys and make another life experience is really, I feel really lucky that I can do that.
So when Dad won the sweepstake, he basically was like, you want to come, right? I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. So I was pretty excited to try it. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit stressed out because I don't have a ton of hours on the machine, but I was very, very excited to come and experience riding, even with the guys from Widescape. It was super cool.
We met up with Fred and Sebastian from Widescape and Jeremy and his son Porter at the Widescape headquarters in Saguenay, Quebec, where we got a tour of Widescape and got to see some behind-the-scenes stuff on how it was developed.
This is always good to show to people that we are a small company with like a big project on the market. So this is why I wanted to just bring people here and like visit the workshop and like looking at the future project and all the stuff like this. So this is always cool to speak with passionate people about development and product in general. So yeah, it was the way to go.
It was neat to see the R&D process and have those discussions about how things came to be and how they landed upon this particular design for the vehicle.
After that, we headed to Auberge Cap l'Est, which overlooks the Saguenay Fjord and has some of the most beautiful views in the area.
The lodge is super rustic, super warm, as most Quebec accommodations are. And yeah, it was just a nice, comfortable place to come and break bread and meet these guys and see this journey through.
When we woke up on the second day of our trip, we had breakfast at Auberge Cap l'Est and then headed up to Mont Valin, where we were met with a whole fleet of Widescapes fully gassed and ready to go. Special thanks to JV Loisé, who provided us a rental sled for our camera crew. Otherwise, they never would have been able to get in to that deep snow location.
So we rode with the Widescape crew on Mont Valin, a true Quebec day in the woods with that crew, and it was really neat to see the guys that have a ton of time on them, how they maneuver them. On the commute out, it was a little dicey because underneath where the sleds had been, there was kind of a frost layer and then there was fresh snow on top, so it was a little bit unpredictable, but the nature of those machines, they tend to shine off trail, off the beaten path where you haven't been where anyone else has gone before and where frankly speaking, snowmobiles can't go. So yeah, the conditions were great.
Me as a rider, usually I'm always, I don't know if it's a bad thing or not, but I'm always looking to do the coolest line, and I always stress out as much as I possibly can until I actually get on it. And then once you start riding, it's a lot more relaxed, and it's like, okay, I can do this, and we're gonna do some cool stuff. So I felt good up there.
Tree riding here is the trees are so dense as you move further to the east. Even from Ontario to Quebec, we notice a big difference just with how tight the trees are. And when you point and shoot, you really have to commit to a line there. So, and it was interesting too, because the tree wells were quite deep where snow had drifted in. There's a number of times you go to step off and you go in up to the hip or shoulders in some instances. So yeah, it was a super cool day. Conditions were great. A little cold, but we managed, so.
I was pretty amazed. We've had a great winter back home, and we only have probably 3 or 4 feet. There was tree wells up there where we were riding that you'd step off and go up to your chest or whatever. So that was crazy. I haven't ridden in blizzard conditions like that before. It kind of was, the visibility was low, and it was windy, but the snow was soft, it was deep, it was a ton of fun.
There were tons of pillows with 4 and 5 feet of fresh powder. With snow that deep, you have the confidence to kind of send it off something, even though you know you're going to drop 10 feet, you know that you're going to land in a cushion whether you ride it out or not. There's that cushion there. So, and it was a good chance to test the durability of these machines as well, because you hit something, you don't know what's underneath it. Sometimes it's a stump, sometimes it's a rock. It's nice riding in those snow conditions just because it's a little more forgiving as well. So.
For the actual riding day, we had pristine conditions. So, the Mont Valais Mountains is kind of a microclimate. So we get like a good amount of snow here in the winter. And, this day did not disappoint. And it's basically crown land, right? So it's just an endless playground. For a Widescape, I mean, you couldn't ask for better, right? It's just features and wooded areas and cliffs and as far as you want to explore, you can explore there with the Widescape. So that was really good. And Mick, our guide, really took us to some cool spots. And then, yeah, we just had the boys send it and, try to hit different lines. And it was cool to have Fred there as well, challenging Jeremy to see, if he could hit certain lines and just, I mean, yeah, the possibilities are endless in that kind of terrain with the Widescape.
Riding with Fred, he's an absolute animal. I don't think it'd be a good idea for he and I to hang out long term, because I'd probably do a lot of really stupid stuff, more so than I already do. But yeah, just a savage on the machine. Totally uninhibited to send anything and stay on the gas. Where he should be coming down, he's actually going up still. He sent it into this creek bed and absolutely disappeared, and it wasn't even to flat, it was into the other sidewall of the creek bed. Definitely always a luxury to ride with somebody like that, because you're going to go out and send stuff and kind of push the envelope a little bit and really test the boundaries.
Yeah, Jeremy was like really a really good rider, for sure. So really talented, really smooth on the machine, and like definitely impressed me first, like when I see it first, like riding in deep snow and jumping everywhere. So yeah, that was definitely great.
Yeah, it's been a great day out here. The Widescape crew has brought us into some pretty gnarly terrain. The snow is legit and there's a decent base underneath. So, and these guys know how to ride, so it's good to come out and have a session with them in really good conditions. It's a little breezy, but we're making the best of it. It's been a good day.
So far today, it's been a pretty cool day riding here with the Widescape guys. They've brought us kind of around their stomping grounds here, and we've been cruising around and doing some crazy hills and some cool lines and stuff. And snow's super deep, not too cold, a little windy, but it's been a good ride so far, and feeling better already about my ability on it. So that's always good.
Yeah, riding with Porter anytime is a privilege. I'm super lucky that I can share motorsports with my kids. Anything that kid gets on, he does well at and progresses quickly at.
My experience riding off-road growing up, I've been riding a bike and sleds and motor vehicles basically since I was able to walk and talk. It's been a long time.
It was a no-brainer for him to come with me on this trip, and it's a privilege to be able to ride with your son, who I know didn't have a whole lot of time. He was a little bit nervous about coming here, right, and riding well. And I just said, buddy, intuitively you ride well. And it was neat for me to just see the progression in his riding too, and him kind of let his shoulders down and have some fun in the powder, because we did have really good conditions. It's really been a test of how these things can kind of get up on top of the base through the powder and really float. It's been a test of foot positioning on the machine. It's really, there's an art to it, and every time we come out, it seems we progress a little bit every day.
The guys from Widescape have been awesome to ride with. Super cool to watch them and the way that they finesse their way up things and around trees, and even down to the way that they get them unstuck. They've just got everything down to like a science. So it's pretty awesome, and it's a cool experience for sure.
Yeah, so it's been definitely a whiteout type of day, super breezy. But this Widescape crew has led us into a really good spot. There's a few outlying creeks and stuff to get over, so definitely some challenges. And lots of pillows to hit, and we don't necessarily know what's underneath them, but we've managed to get over them. And these guys are showcasing their skills out here today, and it's admirable to watch them ride. And also it's remarkable what these vehicles have been able to do, as a one-off snow vehicle. Nothing to date really built of its kind. It's really incredible to see just how well they work in these conditions. It's actually unbelievable. The sweepstake experience, the whole journey has been great, start to finish. It was great to meet Luke Lester and his camera crew. Couldn't ask for a better trip, really. Good accommodations, really good snow conditions, great people. The Widescape crew were very personable, very hospitable, easy to talk to. Guys you feel like you've known them your whole life after spending a couple days with them.